This is Wags, your host tonight on the Alpha Omega Podcast Network. And tonight we're going to be talking about, let me get the screen over here, hang on. Today is actually the 27th day of January. The year is 23223 or 322 backwards in this guy's language. Here's standby. I want you to get your coffee ready because I'm about to show you the author of the book Sapiens here. Get your coffee ready. I'm going to start here in the middle. We're going to play back. This is Dr. whatever you call his demon, Yuval Noah Harari, or however you pronounce that. He's from Israel, but he's an underling of Dr. Klaus over at the WFers. I'll show you that in a minute. Get your coffee out because I'm going to go through a few things here about how you don't think this is real, but it's very real. Watch this.
Medical condition. Now humans are developing even bigger powers than ever before. We are really acquiring divine powers of creation and destruction. We are really upgrading humans into gods. We are acquiring, for instance, the power to re-engineer life. I don't
know if you just heard what he just said. So let's back it up. This is he's the professor, Department of History, the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. Some say, I'm not saying anything because I'm not into this. I'm just reporting like that Dr. Yuval is the guy really. Like the, what do you call it? The Wizard of Oz. Remember that midget that was in the little curtain? Dr. Klaus is just like a puppet. And then this is the guy, because this guy hates humans. His book is called Sapiens. He's getting rid of the Homo and Sapiens and replacing with AI Sapiens, if you get my drift.
Is critical because this is what convinces people to accept, to legitimize total biometric surveillance. If we want to stop this epidemic, we need not just to monitor people, we need to monitor what's happening under their skin. What we have seen so
Hang on, I have to move the mic. I'm redoing the studio. Anyways, like he just said, they have to monitor under your skin, which we know 6G is coming, you've heard. Which, really, it's real. That's real. You'll see. What? Oh no, hang on, stand by. I just screwed it up. You gotta bear with me. It's good. I wanna repeat what he just said right here and then we'll continue.
Just to monitor people, we need to monitor what's happening under their skin. What we have seen so far, it's corporations and governments collecting data about where we go, who we meet, what movies we watch. The next phase is the surveillance going under our skin. We're now seeing mass surveillance systems established even in democratic countries, which previously rejected them. And we also see a change in the nature of surveillance. Previously, surveillance was mainly above the skin. Now it's going under the skin. Governments want...
You hear what they're saying? These are your lords. These are the lizards. As I say, sometimes they're the parasites because they're sucking your soul out with their juices and fangs. But these guys, once this all happens, because your central bank digital currency, CBDC, is tied to your ID. It's going to be tied to your social score. They're going to know if you've been compliant, let's say, with certain illegal orders and so forth and so on. I mean, you volunteered for such orders. And if you're not, you'll be coded with the Z28. Look that up. Look up the medical code Z28 for all you never did anything. Anyways, this prick wants to know what's going on inside your body. You see how that works?
Want to know not just where we go or who we meet. Above all, they want to know what is happening under our skin. What's our body temperature? What's our blood pressure? What is our medical condition? Now humans are developing even bigger powers than ever before. We are really acquiring divine powers of creation and destruction. We are really upgrading humans into gods. We are acquiring, for instance, the power to re-engineer life. I know that in recent years we saw populist politicians undermining deliberately the trust that people have in important institutions like universities, like respectable media outlets.
Now, I got videos of this clown in charge, by the way, like through the puppet thing. But what he says, I got a clip of this prick. He says as he's teaching these other clowns at his college or whatever that he was giving a speech to the world leaders, that Young Leaders Club that's also part of the WEFers. I'm going to show you in a minute his credentials. But he said, don't teach history because history will mess up for the leaders of this new garbage they're doing. This guy, he said, don't teach history. We don't want people to think. Think about that.
These populist politicians told people that, say, scientists are this small elite, disconnected from the real people. I mean, all this story about Jesus rising from the dead and being the Son of God, this is fake news. Humans are now hackable animals.
Hang on, I'm going to repeat that. Humans are now hackable animals. It keeps rebooting me.
Undermining deliberately the trust that people have in important institutions like universities, like respectable media outlets. Told people that, say, scientists are this small elite, disconnected from the real people. I mean, all this story about Jesus rising from the dead and being the Son of God, this is fake news. Humans are now hackable animals. This is fake news. Humans are now hackable animals. God, this is fake news. Humans are now hackable animals. God, this is fake news. Humans are now hackable and being the Son of God, this is fake news. Humans are now hackable animals. You know, the whole idea that humans have, you know, this, they have this soul or spirit and they have free will and nobody knows what's happening inside me. So whatever I choose, whether in the election or whether in the supermarket, this is my free will, that's over.
Keep kissing their ass. See how that works? Because it's over. He just told you it's over. Look at that. He looks like that guy from Mr. Burns, doesn't he? A little bit like a younger Mr. Burns. This demon. See, it's over. That's his words, not mine. Like, but nobody cares because everybody's pretending none of this shit happened. Like, well, now listen, I got onto this topic today because of this channel right here. A Time for Judgment. I shout out to this guy. He gets banned every 2 months. So you got to sign up to all his new channels, otherwise you lose. And he's got a website, but I'll give him the credit. Like, he's on this right now, and he gave me this idea to do all this put together because I was going to do something similar, but this ties it in. Watch this garbage.
And then we're going to do a little Q&A, questions from the audience, and that'll be a wrap, and you'll leave enlightened and excited. So, first off, a video. It's going to make you see the future and understand a wonderful future.
You know, you got a beautiful woman walk by your desk, vice versa. You know, a guy walks by.
Hang on. I just screwed that up. Stand by. That's the guy's channel, though. So I'll have a link in the description. He tells you his opinion of what's going on here. I want you to hear this, though.
And then we're going to do a little Q&A, questions from the audience, and that'll be a wrap, and you'll leave enlightened and excited. So, first off, a video. It's going to make you see the future and understand a wonderful future where we can use brainwaves to fight crime, be more productive, and find love. Let's roll.
You're in the zone. Even you can't believe how productive you've been. Your memo is finished, your inbox is under control, and you're feeling sharper than you have in a decade. Sensing your joy, your playlist shifts to your favorite song, sending chills up your spine as the music begins to play. You glance at the program running in the background on your computer screen and notice a now familiar sight that appears whenever you're overloaded with pleasure. Your theta brainwave activity decreasing in the temporal regions of your brain. You mentally move the cursor to the left and scroll through your brain data over the past few hours. You can see your stress levels rising as the deadline to finish your memo approached, causing a peak in your beta brainwave activity right before an alert popped up, telling you to take a brain break. But what's that unusual change in your brain activity when you're asleep? It started earlier in the month. You send a text message to your doctor with a mental swipe of your cursor. Could you take a quick look at my brain data? Anything to worry about? Your mind starts to wander to the new colleague on your team, whom you know you shouldn't be daydreaming about, given the policy against intra-office romance. But you can't help fantasizing just a little. But then you start to worry that your boss will notice your amorous feelings when she checks your brain activity and shift your attention back to the present. You breathe a sigh of relief when the email she sends you later that day congratulates you on your brain metrics from the past quarter, which have earned you another performance bonus. You head home jamming to the music, with your work-issued brain-sensing earbuds still in. When you arrive at work the next day, a somber cloud has fallen over the office. Along with emails, text messages, and GPS location data, the government has subpoenaed employees' brainwave data from the past year. They have compelling evidence that one of your coworkers has committed massive wire fraud. Now, they're looking for his co-conspirators. You discover they are looking for synchronized brain activity between your coworker and the people he has been working with. While you know you're innocent of any crime, you've been secretly working with him on a new startup venture. Shaking, you remove your earbuds.
What do you think? Is it a future you're ready for? You may be surprised to learn that it's a future.
See? I gotta pause this for a second. Like, this is the world economic efforts, like I keep telling you, see? Are you ready for that world? Because this is the digital panopticon or electronic panopticon. Look up what panopticon means. And that's your... Once they flip this switch, it's going to be the new world that you don't even know what's coming. No, that's just garbage.
Future that has already arrived. Everything in that video that you just saw is based on technology that is already here today. Artificial intelligence has enabled advances in decoding brain activity in ways that we never before thought possible. You've heard a lot about AI over the past few years. Here at Davos, it's been the talk of the hour. But I want to talk about it in a different way, which is the ability to decode brainwave activity. After all, what you think, what you feel, it's all just data. Data that in large patterns can be decoded using artificial intelligence. Consider this. The average person thinks thousands of thoughts each day. As a thought takes form, like a math calculation, you're happy, you're tired, you're hungry, you're elated. Neurons are firing in your brain, emitting tiny electrical discharges. As a particular thought takes form, hundreds of thousands of neurons fire in characteristic patterns that can be decoded with EEG, or electroencephalography, and AI-powered devices. In fact, what you're seeing here is my brain activity while I'm wearing a simple device like the one on the right.
I've done videos since 2017 about these devices that people are wearing, your wristwatch that monitors your EKG. That's your print. It's the same as a fingerprint. No two humans have the same electrical impulse of their heart rate as any other person. It's a signature. They could identify you with said signature or monitor your heart rate, for example, and sell the data or whatever they're using this data for. You could only use your own imagination. But they want it. They'll know if you're horny. They'll know if you're happy. They'll know if you're sad. They're telling you that now. I've been telling you since 2017. The patents are all here. But now they're rolling it out. And everybody's pretending it's 1999. These smartphones and smart garbage and all that garbage that we're literally imprisoning yourself with is happening in real time.
I'm not talking about implanted devices of the future. I'm talking about wearable devices that are like Fitbits for your brain.
It is Fitbit, by the way. Go look that up. It's the Soli chip 60 gigahertz micromillimeter little radar chip that's now in all the going in all the Walgreens. Look at the new storefront doors for the refrigerators. All the digital readout doors have a 60 gigahertz radar chip that reads your heart rate. Isn't that, it could, I mean, I don't know if it is, and I'm not a doctor, but it's the same thing that's in your wristwatch. It's the same thing that's in your washing machine now, the smart machine, the smart thermostat by Google, again, Nest. The Nest that reads your brain. Oh, Google just went up on my phone. Sorry, Google, you can hang up. Interrupted my song. See how this works yet?
If that isn't what hell looks like, I don't know what it.
Alright, that's the host of that channel right there. So, shout out. His name changes every couple weeks, but you can't miss his voice. Alright, now. That's so cool. Anyways. Good catch. Stand by. I gotta switch camera, or whatever you call it. So, just to show you who this gentleman is so-called gentleman, world economic efforts, again, is zeros or sixes. See how that works? You don't see how that works, but it is. It says Homo Deus. That's his book, I believe. A Brief History of Tomorrow. Yeah, that's his book, Homo Deus. See, he's making new humans. You guys don't understand sign language or whatever you call this doctor shit. Like, he's calling you Homo sapien. I don't need to read his book. I already know what he said. Like, humans are garbage. He said it in the video. I already showed you. He said you're a piece of garbage that's going to be wiped off the earth. Because now they're mixing, what is it? The carbon mixes with something. I don't know. There was a book about it. Hey, do you? Like, they're mixing AI and freaking, what do you call it? Carbon, right? Whatever. Like, in silicon. Whatever they call it. Like, sand or something. I don't know. Anyways. This is the guy. Like, you can read it yourself. You won't, but there he is. Like, I don't know where I'm at here. Hang on a second. What was I doing? Like, this, I feel like this guy right now. Like,
in the middle of the game.
Collapsing during the game.
Collapsing on the tennis court.
Suddenly collapsing.
oh, that's, I don't, anyways, and I thought I had another Harari. Hang on a second here. Hang on. Where was it? I gotta reset my brain a second. Like, this stuff's creepy shit. Like, and if, these are the guys in charge, by the way. Like, every nation said all their all their leaders are all part of this system. Like, here's what they want. Look at this guy.
The World Economic Forum calls them smart cities, which seems great. Progressive urban designers, like the UK headquartered ARUP group, they have their own section on the WEF website. They're gaming what smart cities might look like. It's kind of exciting. What would life be like in these cities? Well, here you go. Their plan for 2030, your family will eat 0 amounts of meat and 0 amounts of dairy.
You got that? This is no joke. And I got friends that are like, there's no way they're going to get rid of meat. They're slowly doing it. Last year we had a drought. Magically. And people in Texas, the farmers, had to get rid of their cattle because there was no water. So those cattle aren't going to come to market, which will be coming this spring. So if you follow, like I do, the agriculture stuff, because we grow food, you start getting in weird, like, hobbies. Like, oh my, the cattle ranches are going, we got no cattle for this year. Like, so guess what's going to happen to price? It's going to go up, number one. Number two, there are going to be shortages. And then you don't know what's going on in woods in Deutschland or Finland, whatever country it is up there, where the second largest farmers in the world, producers of food, are now being destroyed by their government under the new green garbage. Thanks to chemtrails there. Anyways, so look it up. They're getting rid of their food, and now we got this war garbage in another part called Ukraine, where they got a third of the world's food. That's weird. Control that and control the north, and then you got the USA's number one in food. How many buildings are gone? Over 100 last I started. November? How many now? No arrests, by the way.
Each person will be restricted to 2,500 calories a day. What? Each family member will only receive 3 new items of clothing per year. This is on the World Economic.
You see how that works? You're going to rent your clothing, but you're only allowed 3 because you're going to be the lower class. See, unless your score goes up, this is called the New World Garbage. See how that works? This is really happening. The World Economic Efforts, look it up. Or look up WF 2023. They just had a big meeting. Your government was there. Your elected officials were there at a private meeting deciding the world future. That used to be like in the world I came from pre-CERN 2022. Blown up on July 5th. That used to be like a crime, but now they can do whatever they want. But they're in charge. And by the way, the bugs are just gotten approved in Europe as of like 2 days ago. Like they're putting dead bugs in your the ground up flour because they're getting rid of the meat. And everybody doesn't believe this is happening, but they're getting rid of your meat. Anyways, I'll put this link hopefully in there. He's got it. This is no joke. I wasn't planning on doing that. Anyways, Synchron announces first human U.S. brain computer implant. When was this? New York City, July 2022. New York. Synchron, an endovascular brain computer interface company, BCI, announced the first human BCI implant in the United States. This procedure represents a significant technological milestone, etc., etc. So there is a company working on it. Let's see. This squishy material, this is Fast Company, by the way, the magazine, I guess, .com. This squishy material could be the next big step in computer brain implants. Researchers from Harvard and MIT, also the dark arts, say their hydrogel, which is dark, we know what that is. They invented this garbage right here. Scaffold could be the secret to melding minds and machines / AI. It may help us learn more about how the brain works. Now, Google just mapped a brain of a fruit fly. I was looking that up. I don't know if that's going to be on here or not, but I was looking it up. They got your brain map. And then, by the way, they can do it with your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, etc. And now, especially with your 60 gig night. Oh, how do I sleep last night? It's a Nest 2, I think they call it. The Nest 2 that reads your dreams and tells you if you're turned on, whether you got morning wood or not, etc. And then it logs it. And then who's reading all that? Like, why do they need that? And then they know your Roomba that you got running on, that little robot vacuum was taking pictures of you in the shower and all that garbage. Yeah, that's funny because that's all over the internet. That's anybody who's got a Roomba was doing naughty things in front of it. You're on the internet, just so you know. Anybody could look it up. This is our future because AI says that humans are the devil. See how that works? You should have paid attention in school. Meet 10 companies working on reading your thoughts. Even those are your pets. This is humorous, right? Brain-machine interfaces, BMI again. The brain-computer interfaces, BCI. Get used to these terms, by the way. These are like new government agencies popping up. Philosopher John Locke said that I've always thought the actions of men, the best interpreters of their thoughts. Locke lived during the age of enlightenment. He probably wasn't thinking about human machine actions during his philosophical ponderings. But what does it mean when machine actions are the result of human thoughts? Remember I showed at the beginning of this clip that AI doohickey that says, hey, tell me your thoughts. Oh, you didn't get to hear it, but it says, tell me your thoughts. It goes, I can read your mind. Or whatever. I read your thoughts. What they're wanting you to do is say what you're thinking at the snapshot that you say it. The computer's verifying that it is seeing what you're saying. Google announced recently that they're doing this already, and I believe Amazon is too, because they got it all ties into the 60 gig chip. Most of your computers have it now, all your home devices have it, anything smart has it. This is radar in your devices, in your wallet, in your probably your sex toys for all I know. Like, they want to know the pH of what's going on inside to see if they should breed you or not in the future, I'm saying, in a movie. Like, I think there's a thing called, what's that show with the wives or something, what do you call it, something tales or something, I don't know, I hear the women talk about it all the time. No longer part of science fiction. Many would argue that the brain machine and brain computer interfaces are the next are the next way we will communicate with machines and even with one another. I bet it is, by the way. You just saw the old DARPA or whoever that was at WEF talking about they're going to read your brain. And by the way, the cops are going to show up when you're being naughty. You see that, Eric? Even if you're thinking naughty thoughts. Because they'll make laws against naughty thoughts. See where this rolls? Oh, you said you don't like your current whatever leader. Well, now guess what? You're going to jail. Or camp, or wherever they're gonna stick your ass. Like, this shit's happening fast, by the way. This is already in play. Like, they bragged a couple months ago. Hang on, I gotta change my song. I apologize. Like, hang on a second. This music sucks. Hang on a second. Somehow I just got bumped out of my thing. Hang on a second. Alright, here we go. Otherwise I can't think. Alright, here we go. Make it see, it's always for the disabled. We're gonna make brain interfaces to make it possible for amputees to move robotic limbs, etc. Yeah, right. I'm sure that's it. Yeah, one guy will get it. It's a $500,000, yeah, whatever. Like, etc. I can't talk about DARPA and their I did. Look at my last video about how they got the soldiers with this garbage in them already. 21, they're saying in the Ukraine already, they got some guys out there doohicking around that are like robotic, mixed. What a world we live. What a time to be alive. 21 neurotech companies. I could never believe I was going to do this for news. I swear to God. I'm not doing it for news, though. This is real garbage. Like 21 neurotech companies working on a cross-brain machine interfaces. Remember that BMI? There's your BMI. See how that works? Neuroprosthetics, that's for the like retarded, whatever. And then I'm not a doctor. I'm only a gynecologist on here. And then neurostimulation. That sounds like the sex toys again. So they're even helping you guys out with your OnlyFans garbage. Anyways, where's the data coming from? It's coming from your fucking brain. See how that works? As the digital health sector matures, and so does AI, by the way. By the way, AI is at the capacity right now, and this is a few months ago. It's probably even faster. There's about 8 billion brains right now running on the planet, and AI is faster than all of them put together. Like, and now it doesn't like you no more. See how that works? I believe it's probably in control of the war garbage because they wrote the book probably. How long's AI been here, by the way? Was it here in the 1800s and they were just playing a game? See how that works? Anyways, digital health, it's here now, that's for sure. Matures from the basic tracking apps and highly regulated medical devices. We are seeing bleeding edge. I love the wording. We're seeing bleeding edge. What kind of... that just tripped me up. We're seeing it's on your screen. And we're seeing bleeding edge technologies being developed that blurs the line between computers and biology. Yeah, I bet it does. Because remember, Dr. Harari over there at the WF said he's playing God. And humans are done as you know it. If you don't believe in Satan or whatever, that's good for you. But whatever they believe in, because they do. They believe it's called Lucifer. Like, that's their God. Like, and God knows what demons are in charge right now with this AI garbage. But AI is reading your mind. I hate to tell you this garbage. It says the I can't speak now. See, the tongue tie me. Burgeoning? I don't know that word. See, I'm retarded. Field of neurotechnology involves, see, we're talking about brains, and now it's not A is mad at me, so it's tying up my brain. Brain-machine interfaces, neuroplastics, neurostimulation. Say this shit real fast yourself, by the way. You think you're laughing at me. Neuromonitoring and implantable devices. And I got a big screen right now. This is why I'm doing this smoke. So look at this. I'm going to crank it here. Intended to not only augment nervous system's activity, but expand its capabilities. They're going to control you. Like, remember I did the video about controlling moths. Remember DARPA controlling moths? It's like you were a kid. See, they were like, one such project is Elon Musk's Neuralink, which has developed high bandwidth brain-machine interfaces to connect humans and computers. And even Facebook has announced plans to create brain-machine interfaces that allow users to type using their thoughts, because they're already reading your thoughts. They're just testing it. Hey, go try that new AI app out. The demon wants to see if it's really reading your mind or not. You guys got to stop this smart garbage. But we need to go back to the 1800s really quick. Below we use CB Insights data to identify 21 early and mid-stage neurotech companies, etc. Here's Kernel, etc. Dream. I'll give you the names there. Think. Look at their nice name. I didn't look into these yet. I'm gonna though. Halo. I see Halo a lot. See Halo. Look that up. What it means. Synchron. Neural interface. Brainco. What a nice name. So demonic. Neurable. Neuralink, I've heard of you, Neuralink. Wink, wink, Elon. Shout out to Elon and the demons over there. You guys all think he's a hero. He probably is. I'm just saying. Maybe he's not. Cognixion or Cognixon. I get it. Took me a second. Here comes BitBrain. Look at this freaking doohickey on your head. They could do this server. They got Bluetooth and garbage in the 65 gig or 60 gigahertz. Paradromics, shout out. This show is not sponsored by any of these channels. You guys may want to take a look around. There's some creepy garbage going. Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates back Synchron. Let's see what this brain implant does. Bloomberg. This is main news. Like, you guys can't not say it. I'm an asshole. Like, this is here. The billionaire support makes the start of one of the best funded efforts to enable people to control computers with their minds. See how that works? You guys think I'm always kidding. Hey, Wags isn't no shit. Bullshit. I've been saying this for years. Last March, brain computing interface expert Tom whatever sat down with dinner with Amazon co-founder Jeff Jago. So there you got it. Like, this is real news. Like. Oh, here we go. Gates Bezos. Here we go. There's a good picture. See, this one they could do like a catheter. They stick a little doohickey in your crotch or your arm or whatever, like you're doing a heart doohickey. You see how that works? So they don't have to go through the skull. See how nice this works? This is how this one works. So you know how many assholes are going to line up to get this put in so they can open their door at work? You guys are falling for the worst shit I've ever heard of in my life. Look at this garbage. Look at the brain. They love your brain. See how that work? I'm not even going to read this. This is so disgusting. Like, they're doing it for your health, by the way. And then, look at the seat, and there's the money, right? What timing? See how God works? Look, they're doing it for the money. See how that works? And you don't have enough prisons, so what's the story? Everybody in their own home prison. You're all on monitoring. You're going to be tracked. Once this cash is burnt, because it's coming, the CBDC, the CB doohickey, as we call it, like, that's when you're done. Like, it's over. You can never buy, sell, trade ever again without them knowing everything, which is cool, whatever. Like, you'd say, I don't do nothing wrong. Cool. Go to get a little lollipop at a freaking lemonade stand. 30 cents. The kid's got to pay 30% tax. See how that worked? So now the kid's got to charge you $3.39 to make up for the. Oh, you want to sell a tool at a cardboard store or your garage sale? Well, pay tax. See, you don't have any clue why they're doing it. Not only are you going to be a prisoner, they're going to steal even more money from your broke ass. And by the way, 2030, you're going to own nothing and like it. He says it. Go look it up. WEF. Shout out Uncle Klaus. Oh, fuck. And by the way, I got to show you this. Hang on. I got to end this with the food garbage. I think I posted. Watch this. England approves bugs. Watch this garbage. Bugs. Watch this. Just approved first time in history. Watch this garbage. Hang on. Where is it? EU. Was it EU? Hang on a second. EU. Hang on. Maybe it's EU. EU. I looked it up earlier. Hang on. EU. They're going to start, since nobody jumped on the bug base, shout out to the channel I just told you about earlier. Look, since nobody, and he says, go watch his show tonight. Like, since nobody ate this garbage, they started handing this out in Australia, England, Scotland. Oh, you guys even didn't think I needed this garbage. So the kids were supposed to like this. Because instead of eating French fries and other garbage that you give your kids, like, we'll feed them this garbage. I got friends that say we've been eating, but I know we get bugs fall into the rats and all that. I know there's rats in my mastacholios and all that garbage. Like, I get it. They get ground up. But they're talking about using this as bug powder instead of meat because you're really getting rid of meat. What corporations are going to be making all these bugs if they weren't promised that you're going to be eating said bugs? Okay, swapping steaks for crickets, cut greenhouse gas because you're farting too much, and slow species extinction because they said human. By the way, Ari or whoever that prick is from Israel says you're going extinct because he doesn't need you no more. See how that works? That's why they want you eating grasshoppers and and living in mile-wide cities. But look up that in Saudi Arabia or whatever. They put up a mile-long city or some garbage. Like, they're going to fit like 10 million people in one little building. Like, how horrific. Like, in your future. The maggot-like larvae, see, I don't know why the kids aren't eating this. The maggot-like larvae of lesser mealworms, God, I'm getting nauseous. A type of shiny black beetle and house crickets. It sounds like something else. I thought you were going to swear, but it's like I almost said the wrong word. Crickets. Who the fuck's going to eat crickets? Will become the third and fourth insects that can be sold as food for people in European Union. 8 more applications awaiting approval. They're going to give you cockroach milk too. Watch, they're going to milk their little dicks. Watch this guy. They want you so sick you can't fight back. See how that works? Because there's a thing in war. The people that are strong usually win. See how that works? That's how Russia does their theory. They just flood the battlefield with millions of soldiers. They don't care how many die. Whatever. Like, dude, that's been their strategy for 1,000 years. Not mine. I don't make it up. Like, they're going to do it again. They're going to flood 18 million guys out of the bed. Good luck with that garbage. You hope you got enough drones. Anyways, it's called cleaning house. That's why they do. These are rituals they're doing, by the way. They're all in on the war garbage. Don't think anybody hates each other. Except we're all going to hate each other. That's how this is going to turn out. Anyways, they want you eating maggots. And then you can grow your own maggots in your own garbage and your own feces. And by the way, look these assholes up. They're talking about eating humans to save the world. I'm not even kidding. Look up WEF. Look it up. WEF, eating humans to save humanity. Like, remember Soylent Green in that movie in 1969, which is about 2022, by the way. Look it up. Anyways, you're going to be eating maggot, mealworm, etc. On Tuesday, the EU gave the green light for the sale of larvae in powder, frozen, paste, and dried forms. The crickets can be sold separately, or sold as partially defatted powder, whatever that means. I'm not a chef yet. For many Europeans, the thought of eating creatures that wiggle or crawl. See, they thought you guys, they thought you schmucks with the mask on. This is you, and that took the vaccine. They thought you guys were going to eat this garbage up because save the world garbage. How about kiss my freaking ass garbage? How about this? And I'm not eating bugs. I don't care. I'm not eating them in powdered form. I don't want it in my, like you eat. I don't even like eating powdered. By the way, I got a bottle right here. Powdered peanut butter. Like, you got to reconstitute it. Like, and that's a plant, or what do we call legume, or whatever a nut is. Like, these are freaking mealworms out of some asshole, like that was growing to some dead bodies they're eating when they throw you in the camps. Like, look at it. Yeah, good luck. I'm not doing this garbage. Like, you could kiss my ass, Klaus. See how that works? No fucking way. You're giving up steak for these freaking big ass crickets. I believe that's a grasshopper, but I'm not a doctor again. Like, look at this fucking garbage. These are a healthy part of diets in Mexico. Yeah, third world countries, they gotta eat bugs or you die. Like, see, they're telling you what's coming, by the way, America. Like, you are now a third world country. Oh, shit, we're not in trouble. Anyways. See, America, you're going to be eating bugs. Because they're going to get rid of the chickens, by the way. You're going to see some virus got them. Or some guy. Watch, they're not done. The world record, by the way. Look that up. It's a world record amount of chicken flu going around. Go fuck yourself. How about that? They have also captured the attention of scientists. I bet these are the experts. Here we go. And your government, by the way, wants you eating bugs because they want you sick. I don't know why. See, the cows are farts. See how their assholes right here? They got to get rid of this. You can't eat cows. See, cutting meat emissions is a huge... Yeah, it is, because people are used to eating meat for, like, all of history. But see, the new humans that Dr. Ari's talking about, or whatever his name is, doesn't like humans no more, because AI doesn't need you no more, see, because they got the AI to do what they need it to do. Like, so anyways, even if you think, like, there's no problem, they're going to have a disease, something's going to watch. They're already cutting it back. Like, they're also like, look at this, I'm not eating this fucking garbage. Like, sorry, only a handful of studies are right, yeah, because they're all by the same asshole, probably Dr. Gates. Yeah, they were calling Dr. Gates. Oh, wait, I'm sure he owns a bug company or two. Watch this garbage. Disgust remains the biggest hurdle. See, they thought you cucks out there were going to fall for this garbage. It says here, 3/4 of European consumers are unwilling to swap meat for insects. See, this is going to cause the Civil War garbage. This is going to be it. When they tell you can't eat a freaking cow meat no more, like, or chickens. See how they know what they're doing. They're squeezing you. See, because you're not gonna be able to grow food no more because the farmers are going to sell the farm. You know why? Because you're gonna have to meet. See, and that ain't gonna happen. I'll still get farmer. No, wait, listen, stop. Wait, no. See, because what's gonna happen is in order to sell your freaking meat, you're going to have to pay all these upgrades to keep the environmental gases down and the hydrogen from forming or whatever the fuck they're going to tell you. Like, it's all garbage. Like, so now you're in violation. So either you got to sell your cattle off to some asshole like Bill, who's going to make it for the underground. The elites are still going to have plenty of meat. Don't worry about them because Bill Gates bought all the farmland. You know why he's getting to buy the farmland? Because the farmers are getting squeezed out already. See how that works? So they're selling off. Like, and go get feed right now. There's a thing called inflation and the whole world war is starting and all this other garbage. Like, and then there's going to be short. Once the war officially goes hot, as they say in the news business, then there's going to be no more supplies. Like, you think of money tight now. Like, you better hope they come to some peace agreement or whatever, but I don't see that happening because they're making a lot of money. Anyways, and they got to do their ritual. Uh-oh. Hey, 1 second. I gotta get ready for dinner. You guys have a great night. This is Wags over at Alpha Omega Podcast, and I really hope you enjoyed this as much as I did.